Hey, Renee.
Hello, Tina. How are you today?
I am doing absolutely fantabulous with our special guest, and of course, you, Renee.
Well, you know what? Fantabulous. That's going to be the word today.
Yes, it
And just
is.
so excited to see you. I always am. I want to say what's happening out there, everybody. We want to welcome you to the Power Up Show with Renee and Tina. And yes, indeed, great show today. Great topic today. The topic, Power of Women. And we have two of the most powerful, influential women out of Richmond, Virginia today at the Women's Business Center. I'm talking about no other than Taiwan Lee and Shirley Crawford. Yes, they are in the house
Yes.
with us today. Y'all better shout out. And I'm telling you, we
Love
gonna rock
it.
and roll
Yes, yes,
today.
indeed. Uh-huh.
Oh my God, what a show this is going to be. And yeah, they represent the Women's Business Center in Richmond, Virginia. That address is 1510 Willowlawn Drive, Suite 100. And we've got some great insider information that we're going to bring to you direct from the Women's Business Center, Richmond, Virginia. I'm going to talk more about them in just a few moments as Tina and I get going into the Power Up Show today. So we want to welcome everybody out there to the Power Up Show, all of our viewers, all of those that are listening in from wherever you are all over the world. We shout out to you. We really appreciate to you. And we thank you so much for tuning in with us. The Power Up Show is brought to you by CAMEO Models Internationale. And the C in CAMEO, it stands for Christ. A is anointing, M is to manifest, E is to edify the Lord. O is the opportunities of God's purpose and plan for all who enter our doors. We don't take that for granted. We want to remind everybody that the focus of the Power Up Show is actually to bring you the excellence, the expertise, and the experience of just the thrill of what it means to be a true fashion model image. Yes. And we are here in this industry to serve you and to actually educate you, bring you the knowledge that you're looking for to break into this industry the right way. And to try to avoid all the stumbling blocks so you don't fumble around. So ultimately, we're offering you great value to help you to succeed in this industry. And I'm going to tell you the show today, get ready to get powered up because yeah, it's going to give you some other avenues of great value, education, and knowledge in reference to building your overall business brand, building your overall personal brand. So before I get started, I always like to power up everybody out there in Power Up Land. So here I go. This is the day for you to make changes that are necessary for you to create happiness and fulfillment in living your dreams. Yes. And I'm going to tell you, if we finish this show today, if you don't understand how to go forward and live those dreams, you missed the boat somewhere along the way. So we're going to encourage you today, and I know it in reference to taking your passion and making it happen. It's all about putting your vision into a massive action. That's what we're all about, and that's what the show's going to be about today. So go ahead, get into the flow, and go after that extraordinary, live your life desire to succeed.
Yes.
Okay. That's I said extraordinary because ain't nothing about this show gonna be ordinary today.
No, not at all.
Ain't nothing about this show gonna be ordinary today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna turn it over right now to Tina for our sponsors before we get ready for the show. I'm telling you, get ready, sit back and relax. Get ready, hold on to your seats. I want you to share. I want you to text everybody, message everybody, tune them in right here, right now. Come on, Tina, take it away with our sponsors.
Yes, thank you, Renee. First sponsor is CVE, that's Christian Vision Entertainment. You're going to go to www.watchcve.com and get your $2.95 a month subscription for your family Christian programming. Then we have Color Me Fabulous, Fierce, and Beautiful with Miss Renee Lacy, and she brings to you Flory Roberts Cosmetics.
Ooh. And guess what, Tina? Guess what? They sent me something in the mail. I got a little royalty pouch. Guess what? They actually sent me, I got to show everybody real quick so we can with the show. Inside of the pouch, they sent a letter of announcement. Here's the letter. I ain't going to read it all to you. but they were announcing
Wow.
me as one of their top beauty influencers. Here's my Floyd
Okay.
Roberts pin, and here is
Congratulations.
IT Skincare. I got both of my pins in the mail.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow, wow, wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you, thank you.
Yes, so you're going to call Miss Renee Lacy to get your fabulous, fierce, and beautiful skincare system and regimen
Yes,
going and
yes.
get it going on. Yes, indeed, because you know I'm about 200 years old. I'll just share that with you all. But Floyd Roberts has got me all fabulous and beautiful, and I look
Go,
like I'm in
Tina.
my 30s. Hi, there you go.
Go, Tina. Yes,
Yes,
indeed. Yes,
yes,
indeed.
indeed. And of
Mm-mm-mm.
course, you're going to go to our website, which is cameomodelonline.com. That's cameomodelonline.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Cameo Models Internationale on YouTube. Come check us out.
Absolutely.
And thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And call to action. Don't forget out there, everybody, that our big 7 weeks of power summer model camp. It's coming up at the Women's Business Center. It actually starts on Wednesday, July the 15th. Register now. Go to the website. It's got all the information right there in place for you. Call to action. Get registered now.
Yes.
Tina, are you ready? Are you
Yes,
ready?
I am ready.
Oh, girl, let's go ahead and give it to our audience. Let's go. Let's go. On a count of three. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Tell me
Tell me
something
something
good
good.
now.
Tell me,
Tell
tell
me.
me. Woo! Got that
Woohoo! Well,
done.
you know what? We've got some ladies on the show today that are really going to tell something good today. I want to introduce our special guest today, where our topic is the power of woman. The power of woman.
Mhm.
And who none other than Taiwan Lee and Shirley Crawford. You know,
Yes.
Taiwan Lee is a native New Yorker. She has 2 sons. She's married. Her passion is property management, home ownership, and providing a safe space for women entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
Taiwan believes everyone deserves to live and work in a safe and clean environment,
Yes.
and regardless of your overall economic status. And you know, she created that space in reaching out to Shirley Crawford. Shirley Crawford is executive director of the Women's Business Center and Second Chance Consulting, the original workaholic. She's an author, she's a radio host, teacher, speaker, and some of her topics have been introduction to social media and put up or shut up. She ain't playing. Come on. Moving your dreams into reality, how to start a non-profit, just a plethora of entrepreneurial, motivational, and subject matters that she works with. Now, she was born into an entrepreneurial family and, you know, seeks opportunities on a daily basis to impact our community and to enable others to really rebuild their mindset. Now, between Taiwan Lee and Shirley Crawford, these ladies are bringing your vision into reality at the Women's Business Center. Let's talk about it. Come on.
Yes, yes.
Let's talk about the power of women. Before we get into our topics, Taiwan, Shirley, come on. Welcome to the show.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything you want to share with the audience before we begin?
Wow, that was an introduction, wasn't it? Well, I love the topic. I love the subject matter. That's my first thing. I'm like, oh, the power of women. You know, I have to bring on song for real. I'm like, okay.
Okay. But I want to start with this, and that is, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm watching the show today, and I want you to talk to me about positioning my business for the, you know, what is it? How is it?
Yeah.
When is it? These are questions and all that come up with any woman, any man that's trying to establish themselves as an entrepreneur. So how, when do I get going? How do I do it? What's it all about?
Yes.
So I guess I'll snag that one. One of my greatest pleasures in life is operating as a small business consultant, and this question comes up all the time. So the first thing I always recommend is that you need to sit down and figure out, is this really a business or is it a hobby? right?
Okay.
So it's great that you make that barbecue sauce that everyone loves. But if it costs you $12 to produce it, is anyone going to pay $20 to get? And so that
Mm-hmm.
might just be a hobby. It's great that everyone says, oh yes, please, like I make a peach lemonade, right? And so like fresh peaches, the whole nine. I only make it at Christmas. I only make it like as special gifts for individuals. People tell me all the time they would buy it. I've had people tell me they would buy it to say, hey, there's a possibility here for this to become a business, right?
Yes.
So my first question I always ask people is like, is there anyone who will pay for what you're offering? That's the first question. And
Okay.
then the second question is there a place in the market for what you're looking to do? Now, if it's just one person who's willing to buy it, that is not a business. That won't
Yeah.
do it. That won't get you anywhere. So it's great that that one anomaly over here says, oh, I love what you're doing. You need to be able to say, is there an audience? Is there a market for what you're
Uh-huh.
offering? And then you have to look at that market and potentially say, okay, well, is it overly saturated? So like,
Mm.
frozen yogurt in particular got saturated quickly, right?
Yep.
So
Yep,
lots of
it
people
did.
jumped into that market.
Yep.
And if you were one of the beta people, one of the people in the beginning, or even in the middle, you still profited. But like Richmond is a great example where there was one place that was right next to the Sweet Frog, and they looked fancier and they had a really pretty setup, but they're closed.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to look at all of that. And then you have to also look to see what does it take to do the business.
Right.
You can have a great idea. Do you have information? Are you educated in that field? Are you a master? Would you have to hire someone else? How much money is required to make this happen? Where is your target market? Who are they? Where should you be looking for that? So there are lots of questions that come into making that happen. And the other side of that is what we'll happily tell you is that we do a free consultation here at the center. And so,
Awesome.
man, woman, or youth, if you have a business idea, or even if you've been in business for some time, you can still come in. Maybe you're looking to pivot. Maybe you're contemplating something for your business. Come in for a free consultation, because I would rather you come in and get 45 minutes of my time for free than you come to me later and tell me that you cashed in your 401k, or you got a second mortgage on your house, or someone conned you at some conference to get a $5,000 website that you don't need, neither do you know how to work.
Wow.
Big one. Big one.
That's a big one.
Big one. Yes.
Yes.
The person to sit down with, because she will tell you if your baby is ugly.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, someone's got to do it. Awesome.
For sure.
Awesome. Yeah. So what I get out of that is like, it's important to get consultation from places like the Women's Business Center of the RVA. Definitely contact them.
Yeah, do your research. There are a lot
Yes.
especially when you're getting started, you don't have a budget. And I'm like, a business can't spend money it doesn't have. So there are lots of free resources. There's a score in every region. There's a score. That's it's a group of retired executives. Your SBA has a certain amount of resources. The SBDC, even now, so for Virginia, Tracy Wilder's organization, the SBSD, Small Business Supplier Diversity. So especially if you're looking to have the city, the state as a vendor, right? Because the state buys everything from dog food to buildings. So they need everything. And so they are great as a client and working with the FBSD or PTAC if you want to be a vendor for the United States government. So start with the information. Start with the research. You can always come here. We'll help get you off on the right path.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's say I have a dream. How do I rewire my emotions and finances to get that thing started?
So we do have a lot of people that come into the center that are starting a second chapter in their working life. They've retired from that 9 to 5, and they're talking about that passion or thinking about that passion, but there's still some work that needs to be done as far as research in that field. So we do get those retirees, those people that are ready to start that second chapter. And it's also important to know the difference between a heart desire and an industry need. We want you to lead with passion, but that passion has to once again be backed up with, I still go back to, it's a business or is it a hobby? And so you have to be able to separate, because unfortunately most businesses fail for the first 3 years. That's just what it is. And the number one reason they fail is finances. So a lot of people get passionate and they're just like, I can't stand my job. I want to be my own boss. And they quit without a plan, without an idea. So that's where emotionalism will lead you. But a passion will lead you to say, every Thursday at 6 p.m., I'm spending an hour working on this idea for my business. And then that will create a business plan. And that will be how you'll get the research. So passion should lead you to work. And as long as it does that, that work will lead you to a successful business.
Awesome. Okay.
Well, if I'm at the Women's Business Center, and what I would want to know is, how do I really define myself and have impact as a business leader, positioning myself at the Women's Business Center? How?
Okay. Well, we do say that each business should have a passion and a nonprofit or an organization that they want to be involved in. So that definitely helps. We need it. We need it in the community. So if you have a connection with a nonprofit or an organization that you're passionate about, that helps.
And when you're talking about making an impact, you have to determine what kind of impact you want to have. Because like right now, I'm involved in the RVA My Chair project that's happening this week. And my statement has been about that project. If I can affect one white woman to be able to start to have the perspective and understanding of what it's like to be a Black woman, then I've done my job.
Awesome.
Or you might be looking at a bigger impact. So if you're saying I want to, and it doesn't always have to be a nonprofit then. You can have an impact just by being a successful African-American woman in this day and age that people can support you.
True.
So, how you make that impact is first define what does success look like for you. What kind of impact do you want to have, and then be intentional in making it happen. Specifically at the center, you're surrounded by, look right here, right? Amazing women who have a passion, a desire, a drive. And so it takes very little for you to grab someone else and say, hey, I have this idea, let's go make it work. Let's go make it work. Right?
Yes.
So that is the essence of what the center is about. It is a true sisterhood, a true partnership. And that's how you make an impact. Choose where you want to have the impact and find the right partners and go get it done.
Come on, Shirley. Come on. I love it.
Awesome.
I love it.
Okay. I got one for you. See, running my business from the bedroom, the kitchen, and my dining room, as you can see. Now to the WBC. Any insight on that? How can you help somebody understand they can get to you all?
So that's actually how Shirley and I met. We met at an incubator in Chesterfield County, and I was looking for a space. As a realtor and property manager, we usually meet at one of the Starbucks or Panera Bread. There's not a lot of privacy. There's a lot of noise.
Yes.
I was looking for my own space, and we met at an incubator in Chesterfield County.
Where I was working.
Right, because you are comfortable bringing your client to your home.
It's not professional.
It is not professional.
Yeah.
We wanted to create an environment where you could have a training session, you can have a meeting, you can come here and have coffee. I have coffee everywhere. Coffee is very important.
Yeah, I don't even drink coffee.
It's important. But having a creative space, an energetic space, a space that has really good energy is important for women.
And it also goes back to the idea that who you associate with is who you are, right? So it goes back to the chicken versus an eagle like mentality, right? So if you're hanging with the chickens, you can't fly with the eagles. They don't associate. They're all birds, but you can't associate. And so the simplest way to train, we've set up the center to make it really easy to transition. Because I've had people come in like, oh, I want the biggest office. I'm like, no, because your budget isn't for that. Right. So like I've had to like that looks pretty, but that's not good for your business. And I can't have you come in here failing because you're doing too much.
Exactly.
And so the way we have the center set up is that there are all these lovely levels, right? You can come in for $15 in Clover.
Right. Come in with the computer, sit down, get on the internet.
Just that simple.
Wow.
Or we have like virtual members. So that means that's someone who, for the State Corporation Commission, this is considered their address, but they don't physically have an office space here. But they do receive consultation. And then we have our family members, right? They actually have, well, actually, there's a lot between. So for the virtual members, then there are people who might have, they might have space and there might not be an office. So maybe they have a cubicle space, right?
Okay.
And then we have those who have office space. So that's a big range. We have some people who just have a mailbox. So the point is to get started and making your business professional, right?
Yes.
We're going to have, we have the meeting space, and no one outside of the center knows what your part is in the center. All they know is this is your home. And here at your home, the biggest difference is, it's the difference between other incubators, accelerators, co-working spaces, is that it's more than just office space. So when you get space here, you get consultation included. I tell people, like,
oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm 200 an hour. And frankly, I'm cheap. I'm not even at the high end of where I should be considering how much experience I have. So,
come on, speak it.
Yeah.
Know your worth.
Exactly.
Tell you.
Yes.
For our members, I'm included. We have another advisor as well, included in what you get here. Because our whole thing is to help you build, but you have to start from the bottom to build to the top. You can't be top heavy. You have to have a foundation. So we need to have the right foundation. And wherever you are in business. So we have people who we always say here, start, sustain, succeed. You could just come in with a business concept, or you might have been in business for like 10 years and still you're looking to pivot. We help you wherever you are in the process so that you can get to the next level of your success.
That's phenomenal, because it leads me right on into the importance of being able to set boundaries and to set realistic goals. When you're coming from home and you suddenly have the office environment at whatever level that may be, talk to me about being able to set realistic goals and boundaries in building your dreams.
I remember starting out and coming in and doing a consultation at that incubator. And the first thing we talked about was a budget. I had to figure out what my budget was, how much I could afford as far as an office space. So that's very important. You need to know what your budget is. The last thing you want to do. I have to point out that Ty wanted a totally different office than the one that she got. Bigger office, but we kept talking about the numbers. She was like, I'm going to get an office, but I'm going to start over here, but I'm going to get that office. And she did. She started off in the other office, and not too long after, she's like, I have to make this much each month to be able to afford that space.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Got that right. Goals are important.
And I'm so thrilled the Women's Business Center just allows an individual to be able to grow at whatever level your entrepreneurship is. And everybody pay attention to this, because you can come from your home to a business office at the Women's Business Center. Yes, you can. The Women's Business Center will meet your need. Absolutely, they will. Absolutely, they will.
Yes, and that is absolutely awesome. That's what I love about you all. I think it's awesome for anybody starting midway to just jump right on in to contact you. Now, the question I have, what is the power of networking and connections?
Tell them about it, Ty.
I know y'all gonna throw down on this one. I know it. I know you're gonna throw it.
Okay, so the very first thing that I learned as being a realtor is that you can get your license. It could be the prettiest license in the world, the prettiest office in the world. You go into that office and you sit there, and you cannot just sit there and wait for people to come to you. You have to network. You have to network with other people that are in your field. You have to network with your clients. You have to get out there and let everybody know what you're doing and where you're going.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
you do.
You do.
It's funny that you would mention this, because I don't think you all know this, but like 28th, the day before my birthday. Oh, speaking of which, I turned 50 on Monday.
Oh, wow.
Yes, happy belated birthday. Awesome.
Happy birthday. Wow.
But on Sunday night, I actually published a book, and that's what it's about. It's called Connectivity Matters, The Art of Networking Online and Offline. And so, well, most people don't know. It's on Amazon. That's right. Yes, it
Amazon.
Yeah. And so the thing that most people don't know is that I'm an introvert, right? Which is why I come by my office and the door might be closed because
Okay.
I have to recharge. It doesn't mean that I'm not socially awkward. It just means that I get energy being alone. And we live in a society that does not appreciate that introverts exist. And so networking becomes a challenge. And that's one thing I actually go around to teach a lot because the power of networking is it's beyond belief. There's a study that shows that like 70% of most jobs are never even published. They're never even publicized.
Yeah.
That people just mention to whomever, hey, I'm looking for such and such, and the connections are shared, and jobs never even get advertised. That's a
Yep.
Right?
And right. That's
there can be no excuse. It can't be, well, I'm introverted and I don't like to go out, or it's irrelevant. If you want to be successful in this world, you have to have connections. And that doesn't mean that you have to know the president. I don't know if you want to know the president. That it doesn't mean it has to be that type of connection, but there should be a circle that's aware of your skills, your talents, your resources, what do you bring to the table, right?
Yes.
So networking is like, I always think about in terms of like the computer being plugged into the wall. Your computer can be amazing. It can have a lot of power and strength and ability. But if you don't plug it in, it's a dead piece of metal on your desk. That's the importance of networking. And so introvert or not, there are tools and techniques and things that we can do. There are things that I do, and that's why my partner, Susan, when I wrote that book. But the part of the whole conversation was because everyone always comments on the fact on how I work a room. And I'm like, yeah, I work it, but when it's over, I go home and have to take a nap. So the networking and the power of it is vital and essential. And there are ways to do it, no matter what your personality type, that you can be authentic. Here, that you can make real connections that can carry you for a lifetime.
That's true.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can. I'm so excited in hearing you all because everything is so real. It's just so true because we actually live it at the Women's Business Center.
Yes.
It's fabulous. So I have to actually ask you about office appeal. It's so beautiful at the Women's Business Center. So I have to get you all to talk about the power of design over there that actually it makes it appealing for the business connections, the events and all that go on over there. Talk about that for a minute, that office appeal at the Women's Business Center.
Okay, well, you heard Shirley talk about her experience. I cannot touch that. But what you do is, find the right partner to make you shine. What I wanted to do was to provide a bright, energetic environment that when you walk in, you feel like you're home, So, I mean, just walking into the offices with the bright colors, and the furniture and the music and the plants. We have lots of plants.
Lots of plants.
Love
and
that.
Green walls, and yellow walls.
Yes.
Yeah. It's all important. Colors around you, influence how you're feeling. I think when we first moved in here, all the walls were brown. It was sad.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
We wanted you to have an experience with the Women's Business Center as soon as you walked off the elevator. And we pride ourselves in that, Not to mention beautiful art that we have up on. We have local artists
for the art walk.
That come in and you should see the work that Sakinia and Annette have done. It's beautiful. We're actually going to put a video from our artists on our website. But the atmosphere and the center colors and the way they present is really important to us.
And I have to pause because we have a partnership, but when it comes to what things look like, I don't get any say.
Okay.
I know my lane. And so when people talk about the appearance, I think the appearance is extremely vital because to be a professional environment, but it's a women's business center, you to feel the way you do. Like, when you walk into your mom's house and you get that whiff of like cookies or something always coming through. That's the feeling you get with women. And so Ty she's done it. Ty's background is design. In case y'all didn't know.
That's awesome.
She has brought to the table. I don't always agree on everything, but she has done an amazing job of people constantly come in and say, I
Okay.
walked in and felt welcome. So it's a
Yes.
professional environment, but it's a woman's environment, and it's got
Mm-hmm.
special woman's touch all by time.
Ty. Yay,
Exactly.
Ty. It's
Exactly.
fabulous.
Yay. Do your thing,
It
girl.
really
Awesome.
is.
Awesome.
It is
Love it.
the
Love it.
atmosphere. The atmosphere. It's homey, but it's electric at the same
Okay.
time. It's really
Exactly.
lovely. Really, really lovely.
Exactly.
Really lovely. Yes.
Now, I guess you all can speak to, and I can see this that you do, as far as building up women around you in
Oh,
business.
oh, oh, and I gotta add to that
Okay.
because not only building up women around you, but it's important to me that women get along,
Yeah.
that we appreciate each other, get along, build up, but get along,
Mm-hmm.
and especially Black women in business.
Indeed.
Yes.
We agree.
So I'd like to hear what you all's views are on that. How do you build up, and how do you encourage
Would you like to go first?
Oh no.
all of us and get
Oh,
along?
okay.
How do you?
I will happily address this one.
Okay.
I had this video yesterday, and no, that was today. This morning, I had a video, and I was
Uh-huh.
talking about this misconception that there isn't enough room at the table. And so
Yeah.
that is a construct that was created by Caucasian men.
Yeah.
And those in power to limit access to others. And we bought into it. And so
Yep.
now we assume, as women in general, we assume that there's only one seat at the table.
Uh-huh.
And once I get it, I'm going to hold on to it for dear life. I'm never going to let it go. And so, one, we need to recognize that it is a misconception. It's a sheer lie. There
Yep.
are limitless opportunities for us all, and we do so much better when we do it together. And so that's
Yes.
the first thing, is recognizing that the glass ceiling is there to limit you because someone wants to keep you down. It's not because the sky is not the limit. It's because a man-made construct is existing to
Yep.
disempower you.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't allow that to come between us. We have to
Exactly.
recognize the real enemies, the real problems, the real issues, and work our
Mhm.
way
Yes.
to destroy,
Yes.
to decimate those pretend, caps and limitations. That's the first
Yes.
Exactly.
part of the first piece. And so one of the things I was sharing this morning is even
Mm-hmm.
I have considered it my job in life to bring someone else along with me. Right.
Yes.
So whenever I take on a new role, I consider it my first job to mentor someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I should be working myself out of a job with every job that I have. And
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
for that,
Yes.
Yep.
because
Yes.
there's something greater. There's something even greater for me to do. I'm
Yeah.
not limited because I just got to the $60,000 job and I got the cushy corner office. That's one. If I got here, then there's a next step for me as well. So
Come on now.
I
Come on.
should be someone else
Mm-hmm.
always come
Yep.
in. So for every
Yes.
job I've ever had, for every organization, I even go back to when I was in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
I was in one of the city's first orchestras, and so
Okay.
I've been playing the violin since I was. I look at my violin every day, but so I've been playing since I was 8, and so
Okay.
in elementary school we were the representation that went around for the city of Richmond whenever they wanted to have a little orchestra, and so
Okay.
that first year I was the only violinist, and then there was like a viola, a cello. I mean, it was like a small little or like quartet kind of a deal. And
Awesome.
then because we represented so well, and I talked to everyone, everywhere we went, I was like, you should play, and you should play. And can't you see, I'm
Mm-hmm.
a little brown girl and I play, you should play too. That next
Yep.
year, it multiplied. And the year after that, it multiplied even further. And now I look at the city of Richmond, and there are like orchestra programs all over. And so I look at that as just an example of the pattern that I consider for my life. Like wherever I go, I know that it might seem unfortunate, but I recognize that if I'm the only African American in the room, if I'm the only woman in the room, I have to
Mm-hmm.
represent for everyone. And
Yes.
That's right.
it's a burden, but I accept it because if
Mm-hmm.
I do it well, this is how I measure my success. I know
Okay.
I did my job well when you're just like, there must be something about those black girls. There must be something. I must hire more of them. So
Uh-huh.
I have a job and they're like, the next year they're getting 3 more, and the year after that they're hiring more, and everywhere I look, there's
Mm-hmm.
people who look like me. I know that meant that I represented well. So
All, all women entrepreneurs have a glow. Just because you walk into a room, that it diminishes anyone else's glow.
Indeed.
Yes, yes,
Indeed.
yes.
Indeed
Awesome,
so. Indeed
awesome.
so. Indeed so. I want that was just fabulous. Thank you
Yes,
for that. Thank you for that. And I hope that that segment right there blessed many Black women, but all women, all together in reference to being the very best that they can be in pursuit of their vision and dreams. You know, I have to ask you all to talk about trailblazers in your life that you've been
yeah,
influenced by, and
Mhm.
some of the
yeah.
trailblazers that you feel over there at the Women's Business Center. What they doing? What's going on? What's
Yes.
happening behind the scenes? Do they mind us talking about them today? Y'all go ahead, take the floor. What's happening?
Wow. I would think, wow, my parents probably.
I always thought with my mother.
Yeah.
Always.
You know,
Okay.
All the time.
trying to tell you you can do anything. You just have to do the
Yes.
work. And you believe them. I believe my parents. So my
Yeah.
parents.
Yep.
Hmm.
I always start with my mother. And every time I get
Yes.
an opportunity, I say so. I try to make sure that she gets her roses while she's still alive. Yeah. And
Yes.
so because my mother does not have more than an eighth grade education,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
and yet and still she is an entrepreneur. Um,
Okay.
so she held on multiple jobs initially in order for her to be able to build up her business with my father. They were both in business,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
both there together. Um,
Okay.
but there's so much more. Like she's an author, so like that was how I always knew I had to write books because she's written books.
She wrote a book. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I bought books. Yes, she has multiple.
Okay.
She was a missionary, so she first went to South America. So I was a missionary. I went to Haiti, and I've also been to South Africa.
Okay.
So I look at her example and I say to myself, if she can do all that she did in a time where there was still segregation and still other issues, and you have to read her story. She went through so much that I can't even imagine, like
Yeah.
the trauma of, and still raised six, I'm going to say, amazing kids who are all doing
One.
great things. And so I
Awesome.
Yes.
put her as my example. Whenever I'm thinking I'm tired, I'm worn out, I can't handle anything else, I look to her as my example. If she did all of that, then I can surely do more. And that's the other
Okay.
thing when you talk about the
Yes.
center. Like I look at all these women here and all the things that they're doing, right? So like I've listened in. So I always think about Rita in particular. So Rita Ricks for me is like the original diva extraordinaire, who is a nationally acclaimed speaker and motivator and an inspirational individual, and she's still, even though she's been in the game so long,
Hmm.
still willing to pivot and learn more.
Yes.
Yes.
Why I think
Yes.
she's successful. I also sit back because on many occasions Renee doesn't know I'm listening. I listen to Renee as she's having these conversations with these up and coming models, and or especially with the students, because the conversations that she's having, it's about the business end, it's about how to pose, but there's a lot of conversation about. Like she tells the story about King's Dominion, that King's Dominion. And I'm trying to tell you, I listen. And she tells that
Awesome.
story, and she makes them say it too. And she talks about the inflection and tone because there's something to how you say what you mean to say. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's one thing that
Exactly.
I really appreciate about even the work that you all are doing here, because it's not just, oh, you're pretty, oh, you have a good walk.
Hmm.
It's you
Hmm.
have a presence, you have a purpose,
Yes.
and let's develop it. So
Yes.
that's just some of the beautiful things that get to happen here.
Hmm. Hmm.
Wow. 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 Yeah, the Women's Business Center, it is phenomenal.
Yes, it is.
I'm trying to tell you, and there's a lot of magnificent excellence that is coming out of the Women's
Hmm.
Business Center
We have
with every
It
every woman
is.
entrepreneur, every woman entrepreneur. It is
Yes.
absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
So,
And I like to add, you all are also helping women in their businesses through this COVID-19 thing. I
Yeah.
think you all are doing an excellent job at prepping and keeping the office environment clean,
yeah,
safe, and giving information and advice on keeping with the social distancing and
yeah,
everything. So I really love that.
But yeah, one of the things that we pride ourselves on is that we kept 98% of our membership.
Awesome.
We still have space, but we learn to pivot. And one of the things that help is sitting down and saying, Shirley, how do I keep my business? How do I keep my clients? How do I keep the money coming in? And having someone that you can sit down and go over some ideas with to keep that going is fun.
I have to say this time period has made, I don't know how to say it. I don't know if I'm just proud or I am so overwhelmingly overjoyed because this moment is the moment that clarifies exactly why the women's business center exists. Because I've been looking out the door, like we have like neighbors who are shut down. There are so many businesses that are closing, big and small, like large corporations are shutting down, as well as. And so for our members, just to see the beauty of how we've been able to work together and help to figure out how to translate what you're doing from this one-on-one to virtual, or how can we translate what's a new need that now exists that you can fill, right? Because problems mean opportunity. And so it's been very fulfilling for me to be able to with our members and to help and see them come out of this not just surviving, but thriving.
Yes. Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
I have to ask you this concerning the Women's Business Center. Lots of changes, adjustments, and all have been going on since the COVID-19. And you all specialize in conferences and events. How have you all adjusted with the conference rooms and all that you do have, your educational rooms and all? How have you adjusted, and what are your suggestions if you're inviting events in again? How have you adjusted to that?
Yes, we are definitely following the guidelines, with the exception of right now. But we do have enough space in the center. We have individual offices. We have training rooms. And a lot of the members are now doing Zoom. And
Hangouts, Google Meets, a lot of virtual things are happening. And so so what happened during the transition, and this is something that everyone should recognize, we had to eliminate. Meetings had to be eliminated. If it wasn't like an organization that's part of the center who had to have a meeting with maybe 2 or 3 people, then everything else was canceled. It was like, sorry, anything on the books. And that was one of the biggest impacts on us, especially our bottom line, was that that's money that we normally depend on that doesn't exist right now. And we still haven't recuperated from that, right? Which is why we do have a GoFundMe page. Like the But what we've been doing in the transition now, as we're revving up for people to start having meetings again, is that we are requesting, that people actually do have masks, that they are 6 feet apart. As far as our meeting rooms go, we have fewer meetings in the smaller spaces. So we have the conference room, which is our smallest room. We're only looking for people to be in there, maybe 2 or 3 people at a time, period, as a maximum. Then for like our training room, you can probably have, 7 or 8? About 7 or 8 people can go in there. And then we have this other space here on the B side where you can do a whole lot more than that. But still, I wouldn't say I would think anyone would have an event more than 20 people. Just to keep the spacing appropriate. And so those have to ask people, like, what do you need? But we're also at this place where we have the technology, right? We have these screens everywhere that you can very easily, and the Wi-Fi is great if you're logged onto the right one.
Yes.
And so there's no reason why we can't have these hybrids of meetings, right? So some in person, some online, because some things have to be in person, right? So like, I know some speakers they're not Memorex people. It has to vibe. Like they need to have the vibe of their audience in order to be successful. Okay, well that's not have a small audience, fit out. So we're trying to make sure we're accommodating people and their needs where they are. But COVID-19 it's not the flu. It's not a joke. It's not something to play with. So we do take it seriously, and we do have a lovely people who come in and clean up and make sure things are sanitized, and we have wipes everywhere, and we gave their sanitizer. We spray it all down, and I have an amazing sanitizer that I got that it kills everything.
Okay.
Well, all right now.
Awesome.
Everything. I was just like, wow.
Okay.
That's how we're doing it here at the center.
Awesome. So, and to that, it sounds like, okay, like opportunity. I mean,
indeed.
Plenty of people to come on board.
Yes, we're grateful. We've been here for 2 years.
Yay!
And we plan on growing our business, and there are places that we want to expand. Up north, we're thinking DC, and we're looking, getting a little closer to the Chesapeake, to the water. So we are expanding. We have plans to grow this idea.
Wow.
Very excited.
Okay. Awesome.
That is exciting to hear.
Yes.
You know what? This was powerful this afternoon.
Yes.
This was absolutely phenomenal. It was exactly what I thought it would be, and then some. And being able to engage today with Taiwan Lee and Shirley Crawford. You ladies are powerful. Indeed.
Yes, you are.
Powerful.
Awesome.
Indeed. You are. I want to give everybody in the audience the opportunity to be able to contact you. And so this would be a chance for people that are listening and tuning in, or you playing this back, having a watch party, whatever it is you want to do, and you're interested in consulting with Taiwan Lee or Shirley Crawford. You want to talk to them about your business, about your ideas, about office spacing and what could really fit for your particular need. This is the time to secure a space at the Women's Business Center. I'd like for you all to go ahead and share your phone number, your email, your website, social media, and your GoFundMe page. Tell them what you need. This is a chance right now. I have the phone number at 804-921-3844. Is that right?
That's it.
Well, okay. I got that office phone number. Everybody write it down. Give them a call. Go ahead and share your official email address.
Okay, well, we have a few. If you want to talk to Shirley,
I'll give you my whole list. All right. So as Renee said, the number is 804-921-3844. My email here directly is Shirley, SHIRLEY, at WBCRVA.com. My social media handle, well, first of all, the website is WBCRVA.com. So you can always go check out there. With regards to my social media handles, first, the social media handle for the center, we are on everything at WBCRVA. So
that's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
WBCRVA. And then for me directly, I am at Shirley E. Crawford. So that's Facebook, Instagram. Those are the two I really live on.
Okay.
And talk about your GoFundMe page, the purpose of it, and how people can engage and support the Women's Business Center RVA.
Okay, we're going to have to put that link in because I don't know it offhand.
We'll put it in the comments. We'll put the link.
And then Ty was going to give you her contact information, because if you're looking to come get a tour, talk to Ty.
Okay.
My email address here at the center is ty@wbcrva.com. We gave you the phone number, and I do have a link where you can set an appointment to come in. I'm out in the field most of the days because I'm doing property management. I'm showing houses. I'm selling houses. Anybody needs help with that, just give me a call too. And my property management email is legacymanaged804@gmail.com.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, ladies.
Thank you for that.
It's really been a pleasure having you all on the show today. That's a wrap. And I have to say, our topic today, so powerful. The power of women. The power of woman. And if you all didn't get all that and soak all of that in, I was soaking in. I'm already in, but I'm still soaking in possibility.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's the mind of an entrepreneur. You know, that's my mindset.
It is.
I'm telling you, I'm soaking it all in reference to more growth, more expansion, more opportunity.
Indeed.
Yeah. That's how I heard it. Yeah,
Everything from consultation, if you're brand new and just want to get it started, to a mailbox. That is just absolutely awesome.
I'm
I
telling
love
you.
that. I love that.
I'm hearing it. I heard
Yeah.
it. Y'all play back, send it to folks, tag
Yes.
people, share with people that you know are trying to
Yes.
grow and expand in their lives. They want something new. They want something different. They want to
Yes.
step 6 blocks outside of that neighborhood. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
y'all. Let's
All
get
right
busy,
now.
get busy,
Yes.
get busy. Yeah,
Yes,
let's do it. Let's
indeed.
do it. Let's do it.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap. And I want everyone to know that Cameo Models International, yeah, we're back in the studio at WBC, but we are on a limited basis as well. We're paying attention to the industry and COVID-19 and
Yes.
just being obedient to it all and following
Mm-hmm.
the guidelines, doing it the way we're supposed to do it so that we can all stay relevant, stay alive, keep on going and making things happen in your life. God always make a way, I'm telling you. And if it's in your heart and your spirit, you will make a way. You will make a
Yes,
way. And the Women's
definitely.
Business Center is there to be able to work with you. Yeah, there's I always say you don't let nobody stop you, don't let nobody block you, don't never, never, never. And even in your own mindset, get out of your own way.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of
Exactly.
your way. Okay.
Exactly.
And get up and get going. So yeah, we're back and we're excited about it. And we actually never left. We went to Zoom as well and continue to, keep people engaged in our business. But I want to
Mm-hmm.
just remind everybody of a couple things right here. Being able to register right now for the Cameo Models 7 Weeks of Power, the Cameo Summer Model Camp. It actually kicks off on Wednesday, July the 15th. The first session is on Zoom, and then we have studio sessions that will be going on. But don't miss out on the opportunity. We have the iPop Kids Rock, age range 5 to 15. We have the
Yep.
Cameo Model College, which age range is 16 to 65. And then we have a big focus on trendsetters this summer. It seems that the
Yes.
trendsetter, those that are 35, 45, 55, 65, still got it going on, are just excited about getting in and just improving themselves. Look at your goal, y'all. But Tina talks about it all the time because Tina is a
Yes.
trendsetter, and Tina has transformed herself since being at Cameo Models International. Yeah, she's my engineer and producer on the Power Up Show, but she's also a pro Cameo model. And she has transformed her life, her body, her mindset since being
Yes.
on board with Cameo Models International. Our steps to success really do work.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it works if you work it. Anything works
Yes.
if you work it. And that's right.
Yes, it
So,
does.
big shout out to trendsetters that are getting into the industry. You've been home, sitting at home too long, a little bit too long through the
Yeah.
COVID-19. It's time to get out, get your glam on, and get that swag back into your body image. Chisel off a couple pounds if you need to, and whatever. We help you with all of that,
Yes.
and,
Yes.
and get your glam back, get your beauty back, get that cute quotient, and keep it going on. That's right. Look at Tina. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. So be sure to register. Go to our website. All the registration information. It is right there. It is right there. I'm going to say it again. Wow, what a show.
Yes.
Wow, what a show.
Awesome.
Wow, what a show. Thank you, the fabulous, fierce, and beautiful Tawan Lee and Shirley Crawford. Y'all are
Yes.
amazing.
Thank you.
Y'all are
Informative and
amazing.
impactful. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you.
Y'all are amazing. You're going to find them at the Women's Business Center, RVA. That's 1510 Willow Drive, Suite 100. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big holiday weekend coming up. Be safe out there
Yeah.
and celebrate, but stay safe and stay healthy and stay well. COVID-19, it ain't over. It ain't
Yep.
over. It ain't over.
Yeah.
But, holiday season is here. And,
Yeah.
just be careful out there while we're celebrating, while we're protesting. Big voices are speaking up loud and proud. And yeah, we're doing the doggone thing and making things happen all over the world. So glad about the movement. So if you got a vision in your mind, be about that vision. You
Yes.
can bring your vision into full focus at the Women's Business Center.
Yeah.
I said it. Yes, you can. Yes,
Yes.
you can. I say it again. If you got a vision in your mind, you can bring your vision into
Yes, you
full
can.
focus at the Women's Business Center. Be
Yes,
about it.
indeed. Yes.
Be about
Yes.
it. Be about it.
Mhm.
I thank you again, Tawan Lee and Shirley Crawford. And I'm going to close the show right now by
Yes.
encouraging our audience to believe in yourself. Use your visualization and your imagination to see your dreams coming true, and affirm the fact that ain't nothing and nobody gonna stand in your way. And last, use your joy. You see your joy. You see it in Tina. You see it in Taiwan. You see it in Shirley. We don't stop with the joy.
No.
You know what they say about that enthusiasm? When you put it to work, you better watch out, because you can catch it from yourself. Ain't no doubt. We all catching it. Catch it. Catch it. Catch it. Catch it. Catch it. Catch it right now. So Tina, you know what we always do at the end of the show.
Yes.
We just thank everybody for being here and tuning in. Please remember to share and create a watch party with this one for those up and coming entrepreneurs. Please do that. Do that. And put your comments in. Get with Taiwan. Get with Shirley. And we're glad to be able to serve you. Yes, we are.
Thank you
So Tina, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we remind you, with
everything you do, do it with excellence.